Hiya, I'm Jasper, and welcome to your video review for Drive. It's a movie starring Ryan Gosling, Carey Mulligan, and you know what? I'm going to say it's also starring Oscar Isaac in the first role that I remember seeing him in, and fantastic. Love him. Okay, so it also has Bryan Cranston in it as well. So, as always, I'm going to give you good, the bad, and the furry. To start off with the furry, there isn't any. Moving on. So, this movie, what I love about this movie is basically everything, but specifically the fact that this is one of those movies that demonstrates why you need to watch a movie. Because if you just listen to this movie, you are going to miss so much. It's still going to be, I think, a good movie, but you're just going to miss so much because what I love is that if you remember the Terminator, the first one, how Arnold Schwarzenegger hardly ever said anything at all and that just added to his the scariness of him. Well, in this, it really adds to who Ryan Gosling's character is, that he doesn't hardly say anything. Like in most movies, I think that a lot of times, when character A asks character B a question, the character B could either say, yeah, sure, you got it, yeah, yep, or yes, sir, or got it, or any type of verbal response, because it's a movie and you're getting the lines and doing the thing. And in this one, more often than not, he's gonna, and have some type of facial expression to go along with it, which static. But so I really appreciated just how expressive, especially Ryan Gosling and Carey Mulligan, especially when they are together, can be. I loved how much of their relationship is not verbalized. Now, some movies, when they don't verbalize things, it's confusing as fuck. Like The Fountain. You ever seen that movie? Saw it a bunch of times, still didn't really understand it, never cared for it, whatever. The cinema, but whatever. But this one, you understand it. At least I understood it. And you just appreciated all the visuals. And what's fun is when you rewatch, especially the opening sequence, when you really appreciate the strategy that is going on in this guy's head. So at first you're like, okay, well, why is he listening to that so much? That's what's important to him? Like, what's going on? And then you get it, and you're like, oh, dude, he was planning this from the start. You get it, and you really get into this character's head, and how they're able to just follow his eyes, like what he is looking at. And just to see how he handles stress in these stressful situations, it's just fantastic. I love every minute that Ryan Gosling is on screen, and they do such a good job. Now, this, I would not necessarily call this an action movie, but it's a tense movie. Sort of like how Nightcrawler was tense, but there wasn't a whole lot of action in it, but there was things that happened. It's not tense in the how creepy is Ryan Gosling or how creepy is Jake Gyllenhaal in that movie. No, in this one it's got some tension to it, and even in just the scene in the hallway when there's the trash bag. I'm not gonna tell you more than that because I want you to get there on your own. But just you feel it, right? Like you felt that tension in that scene. You got it, and I love how much they are able to convey. And it's not like they're doing super dramatic lighting, which don't get me wrong, they do an excellent job with the lighting in this. And it's not like they have super foreboding music every time something is foreboding on the screen. No. And in fact, with the music with this, I really love the music because I thought that all of this music was very retro. I was like, this got the good retro vibes. And the first time I watched this movie, I went to the trivia, and apparently all of those songs that are from this movie, they came out within I think the past year of when this movie was made. So it has a good retro feel, but with current day retro-esque songs. I'm not sure how to describe it exactly, but it completely elevates the mood. So this is one of the movies that I recommend you watch on the biggest screen you have, at the highest volume that you can, to really appreciate it. There's other supporting characters, and they do a fantastic job in it. But this is definitely Ryan Gosling first, Carey Mulligan, a little bit of Ryan Cranston, a little bit of other people. But it is just, the pacing, in my opinion, is fantastic to give you enough like tension, enough action, enough character development, and not it doesn't need a whole lot of dialogue. I'm not saying that it is sparse on the dialogue when it's needed, because there are conversations and dialogue that happen. But it's one of those, I don't know, show don't tell me type of movies. And don't get me wrong, I do love the tell not show me type movies. Like, I love all different types of movies, but this is one of the ones that I think did just a phenomenal job of showing how good a show not tell type of movie can be. And I love it. There was the pacing, the acting, the script, and the looks, the gestures, if you will, the facial expressions, how it was lit, how it was shot, the cinematography for it was just excellent. And just, I don't think there was a single wasted frame on this film, and I cannot recommend it enough if you're one of those ones that is going to watch the movie. If you're just listening to it, I think you're going to lose a lot of the impact of this movie. So, yeah, hopefully you've seen it, and I love the layers that this movie has, where you can rewatch it more than once to see the different things, to get more from it. It's not one of those ones where it's like, oh, there's the, oh, now I have to rewatch it to get all those things, but it's one of the ones where I just think that you appreciate it more, seeing how things progress and the actors therein. So it's also great seeing Oscar Isaac in what I feel is his first big role, because it's awesome to see that his star has continued to climb, which is when I saw this movie. It was either this movie or the Bourne one with Jeremy Renner. I want to say that this was before that, and it's still awesome to just see that Oscar Isaac has just done some phenomenal roles, and good for him, because you can see just from this movie, like, he definitely deserved to have his career progress how it has. So that's fantastic for him. So that's really all I have for this one. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you at the next one. Bye.